The purpose of this video is to explain why I recommend always taking a 30-year mortgage if it's available to you. I understand that a lot of people, their goal is to pay off the mortgage as quickly as possible, so they take weekly payments on a 20-year mortgage and they just speed it up as much as they can. And I understand why people want to pay off their mortgage. Well, it's not what I would typically recommend. If that's your goal, I still think you should be taking a 30-year mortgage. And I'm going to explain that using some numbers. So what we've got here on one side is a 20-year mortgage, and then on the other side we have the same amount for a 30-year mortgage. So a comparison side by side of what that looks like. And in one, for the 20-year mortgage, we're paying $3,000 per month, and on the 30-year mortgage, we're paying roughly $2,400 per month. So there's a difference of about $600 there, and the difference being the 10-year time frame. So there's an additional 120 payments over that 10 years. What we're going to do here is see what happens when we add in the optional extra payments. So we're going to take in the difference between the 20-year mortgage and the 30-year mortgage. And that is a 642 balance. So we're going to make an additional extra payment every month on our 30-year mortgage. That is permitted by almost all mortgage companies. You can pay up to 2 times your regular amount. So you're paying $2,300, you can actually pay $4,600. In this case, we're just going to pay the difference, which is 642. And what that does is it brings the actual number of payments down to 241. Which is the same, less one payment, as the 20-year mortgage. So what we've effectively done here is by adding in this extra payment, the difference between these two numbers, we have reduced the length of the term, the length of payments, to the same amount. We've made them both 20-year mortgages. The difference is that with the 30-year, this extra $642 is optional. So when it's optional, that means you're going to keep the power in your own hands. You're going to retain a lot of your own options. And why is that? Because in any given month, say your house burns down and your car breaks down and you're just having a terrible time, the amount that you actually have to pay is $2,387. So there's a $600 buffer here that you can recall in a bad month. Or let's say you want to afford another home. Maybe you're helping your family member, or maybe you're helping your children buy another property and you're signing the mortgage. If you have the lower amount, you're going to be able to help a lot more because you're obligated to pay this much. You're getting approved at the $2,300 mark instead of the $3,000 mark. And that makes a massive difference in your approval. And that could be true for, getting a car loan, getting a student loan, getting any type of additional financing. It's going to help if your fixed payments are lower. So when you're thinking about going to take a mortgage and you really want to pay the mortgage off as quickly as possible, I still recommend taking the 30-year. It's going to keep the power in your hands. If you want to make those extra payments every month and break it down and pay off the mortgage a lot faster, you can still do that. It's up to you. That's why I would recommend taking the 30-year mortgage if it's available to you.